Good morning. I am Donna Mitchell with Aging Advantage. Welcome back, everybody. I know it's been a little while for us, but we're glad to be back today. We're going to come today with another ARPA talk. Through the local grants and donations, we offer programs to help with effects of COVID and other post-pandemic situations, like the housing and food insecurity or isolation. Through this partnership, we provide educational topics that can help promote self care and resilience. So today's speaker is going to be Mary Beth Flynn, and she is going to be talking with us about watercolor art or artfully aging. And I'm excited to see and hear about because me myself, I feel like I'm horrible when it comes to art. So Mary Beth is going to help me figure this out, and I'm glad to hear it. So take it away, Mary Beth. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you. Thank you very much. Yes. Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining in. I'm happy to be here. And thank you, Aging Advantage, for having me. I want to talk about the benefits of art engagement. And and there are many benefits. First, I'm wondering, I wish I could see you all, but I'm guessing that a lot of you think that you are not artists. So most people I encounter, that's how they feel. They're not artists or they're not good at it. And I'm here to dispel that everyone is an artist. And I'm going to talk about that and show you how. Um, I am the owner of Artfully Aging. Artfully Aging is a watercolor art program for seniors of all care levels or no care level at all, and in all settings. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit. I'm telling you about myself now and Artfully Aging. I'm going to start off with a little slide presentation and talk about the benefits of art and who can participate and what's the difference between therapeutic art and art therapy, etc. And a little slide presentation. Then I'm going to switch over to my website and show you some things about Artfully Aging and how everyone can participate in it. So now I am going to try to share my screen, so please bear with me as I do that. Let's see here. This is what I want. Sound. I'm not getting my slide presentation to open. Okay. 1 second. Let me try one more thing.
While you're doing that, Marilyn, I just wanted to add that, yeah, I don't, I'm
Here it
not,
is. Yes, go ahead. Who's?
this is Gail. I don't consider myself an artist per se, like you were saying, but it's all about the creativity. You know, we don't lose the creativity as we're aging, and if we can tap into it, it's very helpful, you know, to us to do so. And I've been excited to hear you talk about this for quite a while, and you know, we've met a few times, and I think that we have a staff member that um, does a lot of artwork that you know, it kind of helps her stay centered. And so besides just doing the art, I think as we're aging, if we can tap into our creativity, that makes a really big difference. And creativity
Yes.
can be other things besides what people traditionally think of as art. You know, we're being creative in all kinds of life circumstances every day. So
Okay.
you just double click, it was um,
I'm sorry. I'm having a little hard time hearing you, Gail.
okay.
But can you all hear me fine?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, I hear you well.
Okay. So, therapeutic art. Now, therapeutic art is just, it's not a big, complicated thing. It's just art with many benefits, and when it has those benefits, it's therapeutic. So, and I consider any art to be therapeutic. And the program that I've designed, that I'll tell you about in a little while, has many aspects that are therapeutic. But this is a little slideshow, and this is art for all levels of senior care, or like I said, no care at all. And there are so many benefits to it. Okay, so art therapy versus therapeutic art. I'm sure we've all heard of art therapy, maybe not so much therapeutic art, but they are not the same. And
see the slides.
I'm sorry,
We can't see the slides.
You don't have your slides
you
up.
can't.
No.
You can't see the slides.
No, you just have the window open of like the files.
Oh shoot. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get off here then. I'm gonna go to my website.
So while you're looking for that and getting that shared, just gonna kind of keep talking in the background here. So yeah, it's really, really important to tap into that creativity, and we'll see if she gets it here. There you go.
Now, can you see my website?
Yes, it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. We
Okay,
see
I'm
you
going to
now.
start with this. I'm sorry, we're going to go past the slides, but I was going to cover a lot of the same things anyway. I just wanted to talk about creativity and art in a little more general terms than just, my website. But okay, here we are at Artfully Aging, the website. And like I say here, it is for seniors, and it's for seniors of all ages and in all settings. And I developed this program over the years, since starting in 2009, by taking projects out into senior living communities and implementing them with the seniors in those communities, and of all skill levels and all care levels. So I've worked with advanced memory care all the way to independent living. So, and then even independent seniors living in the community at large. So all of it, everything in between. And I am going to talk about the benefits here. Okay, so there are many benefits, and the first one over here is relaxation. And it is can be very relaxing. Through participation in the program, residents are encouraged to leave their anxieties at the door, become engaged in the moment, and hopefully lose track of time and place. That is also known as getting into flow. When you lose all sense of time and everything around you, you get so engaged, and that is like the ultimate relaxation. And I actually have had people in my groups that come and they say, at the end, they're like, well, I wasn't going to come today because I wasn't feeling well. And, but now I feel fine. And miraculously, or whatever I was, hurting, my stomach or whatever is gone. And I really got into this. And they also say the same things about leaving their worries at the door. It's a great way, it's a very healthy way to escape some of your anxieties and or physical ailments. It's very healthy. Socialization, that's another great one. You can see in the picture. That's me with a group. And it's a great way to feel connected, to promote camaraderie in a community, to share stories and reminiscing, which is another benefit. But socialization is very healthy. Of course, we all know we're trying to combat social isolation right now. So coming together, whether either either virtually or in a physical group is really good for all of us. Okay, creativity over here. Um, uh, creative stimulation. Let your creativity flow. My goal for this program is for everyone to experience what it's like to be the artist that they already are, that they don't know that they are. And let your creativity flow. That is so beneficial and often surprising for people. A sense of accomplishment, um, being part of the group and completing a project often gives seniors, residents a feeling of purpose. And everyone can experience that. I experience that. I do my own professional artwork still now, yeah, even after I've launched Artfully Aging. And I know what it's like when I complete a project. And that dates back all the way to my beginnings because I'm a lifelong artist. And when I was a little girl, I used to do art, and I know what it did for me. It was so therapeutic in that way. And I felt like, oh, I have something, and such a great feeling. Okay, reminiscing. If you're in a group, you can tell stories, and that's a big part of well, it's an important part of the Artfully Aging program, because we, as I'll show you in a little bit, we have a whole menu of projects, and they're all with different themes and subjects, and there's something that we could pull up to reminisce around all of them. So storytelling is so important. It's a great way to get to know your other peers, the people in your group. A sense of pride, well, that kind of dovetails into a sense of accomplishment. Wow, I didn't know I could do this. I hear that so I never did art before, and look, I can't believe I did this. I'm going to give these to my family for presents now, or my family loves it, and I'm going to hang them on my wall. It's gives such a sense of pride and accomplishment. Okay, cognitive stimulation over here. Everybody's got their head down and they are engaged in that picture. That was during COVID. Um, and that goes along with getting into flow. But when I do a group, or I have a group of artists and I get everyone settled and working, and I look around and everybody's got their head down, I just say to myself, we're home. We're home now. Everybody's in it and doing their thing. So cognitive stimulation is very important. And then just a sense of enjoyment. Look at all the happy faces over here. People enjoy it, and it's something, it's lifelong learning, and many people have never experienced, had the experience of engaging in art, and in a group. So recapping all of these benefits, when you have a group, maybe together, whether it's virtual or in person, you can have all of these benefits in one group. So there could be a time where everyone's quiet. Okay, we're going to be quiet now, and everybody gets engaged. It's important to have some time of that. Also, the socialization and the reminiscing, that's important also. So all of it goes together, and those are all of the benefits. Oh, and here's one right here. Benefits of a senior art program. You could have a show, and this is actually a little piece of a show that some of my artists entered into, and a community could do that. And actually, we have a whole blog on our blog page about how easy it is and steps to implement a resident or the community art show. Just depends on what setting we're in. And it's very simple and it's really fun, and so many benefits from that. Okay, so are there any, we'll wait till the end for questions. Okay, so those are the benefits. And I want to say that art is for everyone. And I have some little isms about people are often, I'm going to talk to this a little bit. People are often intimidated. They feel a little afraid. They've never done art, or in this case, they've never done watercolor before. In fact, most people maybe have tried it a little bit when they were children, but haven't done it since then. Really in the world, most people do not see themselves as artists or especially not a skilled artist. But I believe, and all of us at Artfully Aging, that within everyone lies creativity that's just waiting to be unleashed. And it's all about this, your mindset about it. Maybe your first grade teacher or your kindergarten teacher told you, that's no good. You're not an artist. And you bought it, and you bought it all your life. And so it's all about the stories in our heads. And if we can start thinking about art as something, maybe a soulful experience, and that there's no real right or wrong way to do it, then it will all come out naturally. So I want to show you how this is our How It Works page, and I'm going to show you this little video about who can participate and who can engage, and how different isms and different little sayings I have about helping to encourage people to try it and become open. So I'm going to play that now. Can you hear it? Can you all hear it?
Not yet.
Can you now? Can you hear the video?
It doesn't seem like it, no.
Okay. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I think I know what to do. Watercolor program with every level of care. This is a universal program. Can you hear that? Hello?
Yes, it seems like.
Yes, you could hear the video. Okay, I'm going to just start it over. Welcome to Artfully Aging Watercolor Program. Today we're going to talk about how to implement the watercolor program with every level of care. This is a universal program, and all projects are appropriate for every level. So first things first, it's a good idea to have staff view the step-by-step instructional videos for each project ahead of time so they know what will be required of the residents. For instance, when working with an independent living group, I would expect that they would want to follow along the step-by-step instructional video and try to include all the details, as many as possible. And they may even want to go off on their own and create some of their own details and color selections, which is totally fine. But I would think you could almost turn them loose with the video. I would recommend, however, that you watch it first, just so you know what's going on and what to expect. But they could follow it independently. The approach for assisted living and or skilled nursing could be very gray. You could have some pretty high, cognitively high functioning folks in that group, and maybe some with some dementia. So it's going to be really important that the staff are sensitive to that population and who is in that group. Some of the folks will need a little more hands-on guidance, and some will be able to work more independently. When working with memory care, it will be really important for staff to give them hands-on guidance and patience and a lot of encouragement, And another thing that they can do with this group, which may be required, is doing a little, maybe outlining different elements on the painting. You could ask them first if they want help. No matter who the resident is or what stage they're in, it's always important to ask them before you start doing anything on their painting. So you could ask them, and then maybe you could outline some different elements and show them how to paint them in. And that could warm them up and really get them more engaged in their painting. And when the painting is finished, be sure to encourage them and give them praise for the work that they've created. It's their own individual expression, and it's worthy of praise. There are so many benefits to participating in this watercolor art program. Every level of care can reap the benefits, such as relaxation, socialization, a sense of accomplishment, creative stimulation, and cognitive stimulation. And through that whole process, realize joy and meaning. Not only can your residents realize many benefits, but your community at large can also benefit. The staff love to come by and see what the residents are painting. And if you have an art display out in a common area, your potential residents and their families can see the dynamic activities you are offering in your community. So I have these little sayings I say, and I call them my isms. And I'm going to impart them to you so you can tell them to your residents. Everyone is an artist. No arguments, everyone. Beauty and perfection have nothing to do with each other. So just let's stop trying to be perfect and just paint a beautiful painting. If you get out of line, I love it. It means you're misbehaving. But just like life, you got to get back in and keep going. I often say, use your own creativity. And residents will look at me and say, I don't have any. And I'll say, okay, then use your good common sense. And they'll say, oh, okay. And then they do a great job. And one more is, don't be afraid. What have you got to lose? And they think about it and then they get painting because they know they have nothing to lose. So I want to leave you with this. There is no right or wrong way to complete any of these projects. And at the end of the day, remember, the most important thing is for residents to have a relaxing and enjoyable experience. Okay, let me get rid of that. Okay, so that is a little bit, welcome to Artfully Aging watercolor program. That's just a little redundancy of what I already talked about and the benefits, but that's okay because those benefits are so important. I want everyone to hear them loud and clear and get the message that art is for everyone. This just happens to be my program, but there are lots of different ways of doing art. It could be, mandalas or markers or acrylic paint or all kinds of things that you can use. This happens to be what I have, and I have it all set up in a format that's really easy to order and use and implement. And so I'm going to show you some of the project. I'm going to show you the steps to ordering and or using it, and then I'm going to take you to the project menu and show you a little bit of the videos that you get access to. So first, you would go, if you were going to use Artfully Aging, you would go to the website and go to the menu where I'm going to take you in as soon as we finish here, and select your projects and place your order. And it shows you everything there on that menu about how they come in quantities of 5, they come ready to paint, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like that you get here in just a minute. And it comes on watercolor paper. We use solid student grade materials is what I say, supplies. They're not professional art, but they are not necessarily geared for preschool either. They are just solid student grade, quality watercolor paper and paints. which everyone would have the option of purchasing the supplies here, what would be the paint boxes. However, we also give you a supply list so people could go get their own supplies. Here's, if you were to order this hydrangea project here, you get 5 ready to paint sheets, perfect for a group. That would be shipped to you, and then through the website you get access to how-to videos. And this is a still of the how-to videos. We give you a overview video, and then a program overview video, and then every project has its own how step-by-step video, shorter version. So and then you start painting. Okay, now I'm going to take you to the projects. We have a menu of 48 projects on here. These are all alphabetized right here. This is the whole menu. You can look at it in categories. Whoops, let's see here. Sorry. Okay, categories. I'm going to go to fall, if it will let me. Sorry. Getting the fall here. Well, I'm going to go back here. We have, I'm going to fly through these. These are everything we have. You can see we have animals and holidays and landscapes and fall and florals and all kinds of animals. And oh, we have a variety pack here with you get 5 different projects ready to paint. We have patriotic, and we have fall. And I'll just show you this next page. Yeah, summer and Thanksgiving, all sort of Valentine's Day, everything, and everything under the sun. And they all come in, they don't all come, some of them come in greeting cards. That's a greeting card. So it shows on here if it's a greeting card. So the turkey comes in a greeting card. Now I'm going to go back to the back page. And I'm going to go to the pumpkin. Okay, so here's the pumpkin. And if you click on it, and this is what you get here. 5 ready to paint watercolor sheets, and they have a guide on them. Now the guide is graphite. It is not printed on, so it will never look like a coloring sheet. The graphite tends to diminish when you paint on it, when the watercolor goes on it. And the graphite diminishes, and it becomes every artist's own individual painting. They don't all have to look like this. This is just a guide. And here we have some samples of different artists. Beautiful. They're all equally beautiful. They're all unique, and they're all beautiful. So that's what some other artists came up with. And for every artist, we'd have another rendition. But they come in these ready to paint sheets. They're 6 by 9. And here's down here, it says what you would receive. And here it says you can, a downloadable supply list also on the supply page, and access to instructional videos. And you also get, when you get to the video page, you also get the ability to download and print these color sheets. And you can print one off and make copies for yourself, or however you want to do that. But usually artists like to have something to look at. Now, if this is an individual doing this on their own, which is fine, because I don't know that I made this clear yet, but anybody, anywhere, anytime can go on and purchase ready to paint watercolor projects. You don't have to join anything. There is really no minimum order. So an individual at home, all the way to a program director at a with a program director with a any kind of senior organization can order these. So they're always available, and you can get these downloadable color sheets that go with every project. Okay, so let's just say you placed an order, and now, I will go up here to supplies, which is optional, but this is what you get. You can order, they come in 5s, again, for a group. And these paint boxes last through several dozen paintings. Okay, so it's a little bit of money up front for 5 of them, but you get 5 boxes with great brushes and some sponges, because you do some backgrounds or whatever you want in sponge, but I show you in the videos how to use the sponge. So that's that, but you also can do a supply list. So now I've got to get out of the supply list. Let's see. Okay, so you can download that and print it and do your own shopping if you'd like. But I will caution you, not all paint boxes are alike. They might look alike, but they're not the same. So just one word of caution there. Like I said, these are solid student grade and will last through many paintings. So I'm going to go back now to the pumpkin, and let's just say we ordered the pumpkin. Okay, now we're going to go up here, and once you purchase something through the website, this usually says login, but once you create a login, this little icon up here in the top right corner of your screen, it will say login, and when you click on that, then you would have to create a login with a password and an email address. Once that is accomplished and you have purchased something and you're logged in, this icon appears and you get access to the video library. It's coming. Okay. Again, here you can get your supply list again. And this is implementing the program. We already watched that. That's on the How It Works page. But this is a practical hands-on training. This is a program overview video. I'm going to show you just a little bit of it so you get a feel for what it's like. Again, this is art for everyone. Everyone can use this. This is not like rocket science. You don't have to have an art degree. We show you everything you need. This is how the whole program works. Can you all hear it?
No sound. Oh, yeah. Now you got it. You got it.
We're going to learn how to watercolor. We are going to paint a hydrangea, which is on our website, artfullyaging.com. And I'm going to take you through a project, start to finish. And by the time we've gone through this whole thing, you should be able to be equipped to do every Artfully Aging watercolor project. We need a roll of masking tape. Regular masking tape is all you need. The only thing we would want would be 1 inch or 3/4 inch. Those two dimensions. Be equipped. So I go through all the supplies and show you how to set them up, and they're the same for every project. And then I tell you some tips. I paint for you. Also, I'm going to just available. So there's no one perfect sponge, and you need a paper towel here for dabbing off excess paint and water. We recommend maybe a test sheet here to try your paint and see if it's dark enough, light enough. And then here we have the prepared watercolor sheet, and this is for the hydrangea. Why watercolor? Well, watercolor is very portable, very easy to use. It's not expensive, and it's not messy. We're going to start by taping the project down. And you want to tape about 1/4 of an inch in, like this. Does not have to be perfect. If I say that a million times, I will say it again. Nothing about any of this has to be perfectly the way I'm telling you. So you can eyeball your tape. You want to tape the whole perimeter of the sheet. And there's 2 reasons for that. One is when the water. So you see, I show you the whole program, how it works for every project. And then I'm going to paint this project. Take you up here. This space right here below the lip. Paint everything below the lip. Just give it one more layer of paint. Okay, now we have some more details. Now we can go back to let's do something on the leaves now, and then the stem. You could add a little more green, a little less yellow maybe, and we're going to paint some maybe outline them. And this is really subject to each artist's interpretation, whatever details they want to put on, how they want to do it. You can outline the leaves like that. So I give you tips and ideas about how watercolor works, and it goes on in layers, and first is the wash, and then you have the details, which I'm showing you, and I just take you through a whole painting. I'm going to take you all the way down to here now. So sometimes we have, especially with advanced memory. This is a hand over hand. I'm going to show you. I'll go ahead and show you, but I don't know if it really applies to our group that we're talking to, but it might at some point. Advanced memory care, or folks who have lost their eye-hand coordination and they have a really hard time holding the brush, or they're just totally afraid, like deer in the headlights, to get started. We have a technique to help them, and that is called hand over hand. And how it works is you will at first ask the resident if you can help them, and they usually always say yes. And then the way it works is they hold the brush, you hold their hand, and you also hold their elbow, because we paint from our shoulder, so we don't want to drag their arm around. You want to hold their elbow, and then you help them paint. And I always tell them, we're doing this together. We're a team. Okay. So then at the end, I give some. It usually is a very a little reminiscing usually. Projects. I hope you have a great time, and remember, beauty and perfection have nothing to do with each other. Okay, so that is the overview video, and then every video. Let me get back here. Yeah. Okay. Every project has its own little shorter step-by-step video, and I'm going to show you this pumpkin. The pumpkin. I'll just show you a little bit of that, so you see what that's like. Oh, it looks like you got to scroll down. There's a printable sheet right there if you want to get that, and here's this video. And this is using me talking using storyboards. First it looks like this, now it looks like this, and talking about it as I go. Sorry, I can't get that quite right. Okay. Welcome to Artfully Aging Watercolor Program. In this video presentation, we are going to paint the Fall Pumpkin Project. Right. Oh, and I have this. First, a general reminder about the Artfully Aging mission. Overview. The goal of Artfully Aging is for each participant to have a relaxing and enjoyable experience. I'm going to guide you through the painting step by step. However, I don't necessarily expect or even want the end result to be just like the sample. I want your end result to be your own creation. If artists choose different colors or change the composition in some way, well, I hope they have a blast while they're doing it. This is not about being perfect. It's about finding joy and meaning through the process, which will always result in a beautiful painting. So let's get started. First, find your prepared watercolor sheet, roll of masking tape, and so I go through the step by step here with the how to set it up again, and like you learned in the first video. And smooth wash, you're going to start on one side and work all the way around. Keep washing, get more paint and water until you're all finished there. You want to be sure to paint up over the tape line. And you also want to be sure that your pumpkin's dry before you start. Now it should be, because you've had worked on the stripes before that. So it should be nice and dry, but make sure the pumpkin's dry before you paint the brown foreground in. Then you want to go back to the brown well. Now you want to use this paint here, not this washy paint. You want to use the paint out of the well, a little bit drier. And we're going to paint the stem on, because we want that stem a little darker brown. And then again, with the very tip of the brush, you're going to paint the dried vein on, 3 curlicues. And you're going to do that like this: 1 little curlicue, 2 little curlicues, 3 little curlicues. Break it down into 3 little parts. Take your time, use the tip of the brush, and you'll do just great. Okay, now we're going almost ready for the details, but so that's how all the projects are. These are each of these little videos are 7 to 9 minutes long, and at the end of each one is something like this. See pictures of them. And then we're going to talk a little bit about fall and different talking points and topics for reminiscing about fall themes. Has anyone been to the pumpkin patch? How about hay rides or bonfires at the pumpkin patch? Or gone to the pumpkin patch with your children or your grandchildren? Okay, then another great thing about pumpkins is pumpkin pie. Who loves pumpkin pie? And of course, jack-o'-lanterns. Who's carved pumpkins? Of course, lots of you have. And so making carved pumpkins, a jack-o'-lantern. And then Halloween. Of course, we did that on Halloween. So Halloween stories. And how about imagining the cool, crisp air of fall, and when the leaves start turning, the air gets cool and it's warm and cozy inside. So I hope you have some great stories to tell with all those ideas, and I know your pumpkins have turned out beautifully, and I hope you've enjoyed it. We will see you next time. Okay, so that is how the projects work. I've shown you the menu and how to all the selections, and then how you get your videos. And there are a multitude of ways to really use this, implement it. Like I said, seniors in all settings. And I think I'm going to stop sharing unless you'd like to see anything else on the website. I'm going to stop. Okay. Okay. So that is how Artfully Aging watercolor works. And I can't stress enough that it is an art program for seniors in all settings and skill levels. And it is very affordable. I don't know if you noticed, but a price for 5 ready-to-paint sheets of one kind, a packet of 5, is $18.75. So that's 5 painters. A variety pack is a little bit more, and you get a variety of 5 different projects. And I'm sorry, one thing I did not show you that we do also have is an individual supply pack. So you could buy, 1 paint box and one of everything just for one person. You can do that. That is on the website. So, okay. Well, I thank you so much for watching all that and seeing our website and hearing about creativity and the benefits of it. And I'd love to hear any questions.
Great. Thank you so much again. Let's see if we have any questions.
I don't know. I just think it's important, Mary, that people stay active and creative, whichever way, you know, it could be painting. If they're like, oh, I'm scared of that, that just being creative, continuing to be creative and just trying to identify ways that you can be creative in your life.
Yes, I agree. And it's very important. It's not just one of, it's almost like up there with eating healthy and making sure you exercise and making sure you are socializing with people and making sure you're doing creative things. Also, it's just part of being healthy, I think,
Right.
and whole. It's like I always say we have a holistic approach to our program. So whole person centered kind of approach.
And
I
I think
agree.
in these times right now with all the different things going on, it's real important. We tend to set that aside and we're in this survival mode and we need to,
Right.
you know, not be so much and look at our whole person.
I couldn't agree more.
Stress
Yeah.
reliever. That's as you were talking or some of the videos were playing, I was thinking that it's a good stress reliever. Sounds like.
Yes, and how nice, and everybody will find uh something positive. I mean, they'll find a little bit of their own spark of creativity, and that's a
Yeah,
gift.
there you
Yeah.
go. Enjoyed it thoroughly. Thank you so much. You had me thinking about what I want to do.
Well,
Which one
anybody
of
can use
the yeah.
it. It's for
Yeah,
everyone.
I thought you had it set up pretty nice where people could, you know, pick out something simple and cost effective and get those
Yeah.
supplies and follow along.
Really inexpensive. I
Right.
like that. It's great.
And even you could form your own group of friends, or if you're living in a community, you could uh, gather a group of friends in the community. You could do it with your adult child or grandchildren. They'd love to do something like that with you as a little group. So really, the applications are endless of ways to use this. Yeah. Yeah. So thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming on. Doesn't look like we have any questions, but again, thank you very much. I'll go ahead and end the live.
So, can I share the website or anything, or do you do
Sure.
that?
Yes, yes, yes. Uh-oh.
Okay, so the website is artfullyaging.com. And there is contact information on the website. If you get on there and want to find out something or ask a question, the contact information is there. I think you can email us right through the website, and we get those emails and we respond right away. I think there's phone numbers on there too. So feel free to reach out if you have questions, and we'd love to help you.
Yeah,
Great.
Mary, a
Thank
lot
you
of times
again.
on the comments for the live stream, a lot of times people put the website there or something too, so people can find it. If you go on Facebook and share and put the comment in there.
Yeah. So art for everyone.
Great. Thank you. So you're looking for a project for you, family members, your facility, something to do to help combat this social isolation. I think the water art, it will be a great idea. And they're very inexpensive as well. So please reach out to Mary Beth Flynn at Artfully Aging. If not, you can always reach out to Aging Advantage, and then we will put you in contact with her or her website. Okay. Thank you again for your time and attention.